My name is Peter Eckes, and I'm responsible at BASF for Bioscience Research. This is the global life science research in BASF. Agricultural biotechnology is a topic that I am very, very passionate about. First of all, I think it's a great scientific leap that has brought benefits to farmers because they are today able to produce more with less. I think this is something that makes me very proud, and it's something that I'm personally very committed to. So I think it's really something that has had an impact to society. This is what I'm passionate about. I think when we think about the biotechnology products that are on the market today, they help the farmer to produce more efficiently. So if we think about herbicide tolerant, this allows the farmer to manage weeds more productively, better, and that results at the end in higher yields. This is a benefit for a farmer. Now, the challenge is that a lot of consumers don't see these benefits. And I think that's what makes also this technology sometimes in the public discussion difficult. Maybe when I think about ag biotechnology in Europe, let me start actually with a personal story. I'm from Germany. I took over responsibility for plant biotechnology in BASF in 2009. And then due to the fact that we discontinued all products geared at the European market, I actually relocated our entire organization from Europe to the US. And since 7 years, I'm now actually sitting in the US. This tells you a little bit how difficult it is. And I think this has to do that the regulatory environment here in Europe, consumers' regulatory environment, is not embracing this technology. For me as a scientist, for me as somebody that absolutely knows that it's a sound, safe technology, it's heartbreaking. The court ruling about new breeding technology that came in the EU last July 2018, really came for me personally as a shock, and I think for everybody in the industry. That was unexpected, because when you look at the fundamentals, new breeding technologies will offer great potential for innovation. I think very importantly, great potential for innovation to improve nutritious level of food, to improve taste of food. And I think the other important piece is that it will allow actually not only big companies such as BASF, but also small companies to really innovate in the crop field. If you think about what these new technology do, they do exactly what you do in breeding. You cannot distinguish the products, and there's really absolutely no scientific foundation for this differentiation and to treat these products as genetically modified organisms. What is the effect of such a decision? Number one, I think, as an industry, we can and should not accept this ruling. I think this is a call for all of us, with the entire stakeholder, to also really discuss what the benefits of the technologies is, what potential this technology has. And I think we have really to advocate the broad application. And I think this is important because if we cannot succeed, then we will see that people will not invest in this technology, in these new products. I think this will reduce innovation in the crop field significantly. Obviously, from what I said, the regulatory framework today does not work. I think it is not a science-based framework that we need. I think this is very, very important. I think from the timelines and from the requirements, it is not clear and it's not predictable. And for any company, for any enterprise that needs to do also business, I think this predictability is important. I think across the industry and certainly within BASF, we do not mind, and we believe that a good regulation is something that is good for the consumer, and it's also good for companies. But it needs to be a science-based approach. Number one, I would expect, first of all, openness. I think openness for dialogue, and also that they are listening. I think there's also an expectation for us as an industry, and this is that we explain the benefits of the technology. But in my expectation, if these two things come together, that there is an openness to listen, that there is a fair, open dialogue, and that there is our ability to explain the benefits. I'm very optimistic that out of such a conversation, out of such a discourse, we can actually get a regulatory framework for new breeding technologies that will enable innovation for the benefit of consumers.